The book begins with Jiggs in the inner world discovering that Drake is still alive, but has been affected by the nuclear radiation from the explosion at the end of Spiral. He also finds the burnt body of Rebecca 1 lying near Drake. Jiggs rescues Drake and carries him to the topsoil. At the same time, Elliot and Will are trapped in the inner world. In the destroyed city of New Germania, they meet 3 New Germanians who have survived the virus released in the inner world and, along with them and a bushman called Woody, they go to explore one of the pyramids from the jungle. Also, they find out that the Bushmen are part Styx, because they speak the Styx language at a much higher pitch. After they get into the pyramid, something unexpected happens as Elliot touches a trident sign, like the ones that Dr. Burrows and Will found on their first exploration of the pyramid. The pyramid vanishes into thin air and an enormous tower appears out of nowhere in the jungle. Elliot senses that there is something missing from the tower. Then she and Will find out that at the top of the tower there is a portal to topsoil. And so they teleport themselves to London. Meanwhile, Chester is topsoil with Stephanie, old Wilkie, and Parry, still grieving over the deaths of his parents during Professor Danforth's betrayal in the previous book. He discovers that Parry is still allied with Danforth and the death of his parents was being part of a plan. He then runs away from the others with Martha. Uddharan Chenne. Danforth is infiltrated within the Styx. But he soon finds out that, after he is no longer needed, he is sentenced to death by the Styx. He manages to save his life, taking prisoners Rebecca 2 and her crush, Franz, the New Germanian driver. Now that they are finally topsoil, Will and Elliot go to the British Museum because Elliot feels that she might find something very important there. She proves to be right and she finds a scepter emanating a blue glow. When she and Will want to get out of the museum, they find themselves surrounded by Armaghi. A tank driven by Drake and Jiggs suddenly appears. Elliot is saved, but Will is caught by the Styx. Elliot senses that she has to go to St. Paul's Cathedral, as she somehow knows that by doing this she might put an end to the threat of the Armaghi, who seem to be moving towards the rest of the world to conquer it. While Elliot, Drake and Jiggs are inside St. Paul's, Parry, Danforth and his team are watching them from the buildings around. As Danforth goes towards St. Paul's, trying to get through the Armaghi, he is surrounded by Chester, Stephanie and Martha. Chester tries to kill Danforth but he is stopped by Stephanie and Martha. He gets angry and says some rude words to Martha, who kills him with her crossbow, then is elevated in the air and taken away by the Brights. Elliot uses the scepter and the dome of St. Paul's disappears just like the pyramid from the inner world. Some Styx, including Rebecca 2 and Alex, appear, carrying Will as a prisoner. Alex lays her eggs inside Will, in the view of everyone. As he tries to save Will, Drake gets shot and killed by 2 limiters. Saving the situation, Elliot strikes the ground with the scepter and all of the Armaghi and Styx, including Elliot, get teleported inside the inner world, where they will all be killed by the virus, except for the vaccinated Elliot. At the end of the book, Will finds himself inside a topsoil hospital, reunited with his mother and with Bartleby, one of the original Bartleby's kittens, who resembles his father. Elliot, who was trapped inside the tower from the inner world, puts the scepter in its place in the tower and suddenly the Earth starts to move and get away from the solar system. It is revealed that the Earth is a huge spaceship sent on a mission and, because the scepter was stolen, the spaceship remained trapped in the solar system. Now that the scepter is again in its place, Earth starts its journey again towards home. Will also finds out that, even though the eggs were removed, they may have turned him into a Styx.